A handful of Karmelo Anthony supporters gathered at the Collin County Courthouse in McKinney, Texas today. A sharp contrast from just 24 hours earlier, when demonstrators on both sides shouted heated words as the racially charged murder trial began. Anthony, now 19 years old, faces a first-degree murder charge for the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco, Texas high school track meet last year. The teens, who went to different schools, argued after Anthony sat under a tent belonging to Metcalf's team. According to the defense, when Metcalf asked Anthony to move, Anthony reached into his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happens." When Metcalf allegedly grabbed him, Anthony's accused of pulling a knife from his bag and stabbing Metcalf in the chest. Anthony's attorney says his actions were a split-second defensive response. Collin County District Attorney Bill Wiersky called the incident an unprovoked murder, and today played body camera video of Frisco police officer Eduardo Cortez arresting Anthony, who told him, quote, "I'm not alleged, I did it," adding, "He put his hands on me, I told him not to." No black jurors were seated for the 12-person panel. The prosecution says the process was race neutral and struck the remaining 3 black candidates because they were all educators.
Is this something that you think could come back up during the trial?
I would expect them to raise it again depending on what the verdict is. And it's an issue that would be raised in the direct appeal process.
A string of teenage witnesses have been taking the stand today, describing what they saw, what they heard underneath the tent at that track meet. The judge plans to continue hearing testimony tomorrow through the day on Saturday, working through the weekend, hoping to wrap up this trial within 2 weeks. Jason Allen, CBS News.
That Karmelo Anthony is innocent.
He was not an aggressor. Karmelo was not an aggressor. He was minding his damn business when the boys came up to him.
The main reason that people think he's innocent is, well, because of his race. Some people are mainly just siding with him due to that and just making it a race issue. However, the reason why he isn't innocent is because he did premeditate this. If you guys don't know, he said, "Touch me and see what happens," and then stabbed him. So he knew he was going to stab Austin Metcalf. And plus, self-defense, because he's trying to claim self-defense, is using reasonable force to protect yourself. This is not reasonable. He got pushed one time and then grabbed a knife and stabbed him. That is not proportional at all when it comes to protecting yourself. But what are your thoughts about this?
Defend yourself with these. You can defend yourself in a different type of way. You don't have to go get a weapon and say, "Oh, well, I'm just going to murder somebody." Now, because you chose to murder somebody, you're about to face a trial that could have you in jail for life, possibly. Like, think before you do stuff. That's why conflict resolution should be a thing taught in schools. You have to think. You cannot sit up here and say, "Okay, well, I'm going to get a weapon. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." No, but you also have to think about the consequences that you face if you choose to murder somebody. You know what I'm saying?
See, I consider myself to be a Christian woman. And I'm not perfect by any means. I sin just like everybody else do. Because the level of hate that I have for niggas, that alone, I believe that it will send me straight to hell. Because it's cases like Karmelo Anthony's that really truly send me into a nigga-hating frenzy. The mindset of you niggas truly need to be studied. And see, something told me not to react initially because a lot of things about this case just off the rip didn't even sound right. And one thing about our people, we are just so emotional. The best way to get us stirred up is to make it about race because we are the biggest racists. And with that, we play the victim mentality card. Something always has to happen for us to misbehave, and it's because we're black. Nothing just happens to supersede that. All the facts that we can literally just shove in your face will go literally out of the window because you were violated, because you were black. See, I truly believe that boy had all the intentions on killing somebody that day. Because here's the thing, you are a whole track star. You know how things are ran and how things go. But yet you chose to go to the opposing team's side with a backpack and a weapon. Why are you there with a backpack and a weapon? Now, these folks asked you 15 times to leave from their side. You refused to go. Instead, you make a threat saying basically, fuck around and find out. And you mean to tell me that nothing about that was premeditated? You was ready to use whatever you had in that book bag. Even with this boy shoving you. You could have just beat his ass or stuck him, something. But no, you wanted to kill because you reached inside that book bag and you stuck this boy in the chest. There was too many opportunities for him to turn around and walk away from the situation. But no, he really wanted to harm someone. And all because this boy pushed you, you felt like it was an opportunity for you to kill somebody. Now you want to claim self-defense. And you dumbass niggas is sitting up here saying that a boy, a human being, was worth losing his life over a push. See, in Black culture, self-control is really scarce. That we see it every day. Niggas is fighting in all types of places. Niggas fighting churches. Niggas is fighting on fairgrounds. Niggas fighting everywhere because they don't have self-control. Nothing about that situation at all is screaming self-defense. It screams intent. He wanted to do it. As usual, you niggas like to always pull that race card. What the hell does Black have to do with anything? He committed a crime. And the kicker about it all, they had 6 witnesses. And 4 out of 6 of them were Black, and they testified against Karmelo Anthony. They said that he was the aggressor. And you don't hear no Black people talking about that. And see, that's the problem. Y'all like to pick and choose shit that fit that ghetto-ass rhetoric. When the facts and when the truth come out, y'all never have anything else to say. I'm sorry, but your boy is cooked. Toast. Burnt. You niggas stay looking at the end result, but never look at how we got there. If he did not go over there, sitting on the opposing team side, y'all realize none of this would have happened. But like I said, y'all always picking and choosing whatever fits your narrative. And then y'all, and this is why I say Black supremacy is a thing. Y'all have a thing with this whole Black power shit. Because y'all mad that he has an all-white jewelry? Like, what make y'all think that if a Black person was gonna be on the jury, what, he was gonna automatically get a pass? Cause Let Me would have been on that jury, baby. Guilty. Guilty. It's the audacity of y'all thinking that y'all own Black people in every which way. To me, that is really freakishly mind-blowing. And just to put it out there as well, this just goes to show you that no matter whether, because he comes from a 2-parent household in McKinney, Texas, so this is a pretty nice area. Demons are demons, okay? You don't have to be in the hood just to be a demon. If it's in you, it's in you. And he wanted to be a demon, he performed an act, and boom, here we are. You niggas really irk me in every inch of my soul, using that as an excuse to get away with everything. You guys never ever hold yourselves accountable to nothing. And then at the same time, you have people out here in the world thinking that me, other Black people are like you niggas. That shit makes me so angry. And that's why I have to pray, because I'm telling you, the hate that I have, I need to try to find some love. I need to dig deep in my soul and get on my knees and pray and find some love in my heart for you niggas, because it's just, I just don't have any.
Now, there's a lot of people, obviously, we know they have a lot of opinions about this case, and whichever way it turns out, there's going to be some issues, unfortunately. Now, is that what I want? No, but clearly, with everyone so damn incensed, a lot of people not listening to facts, a lot of people want to run with narratives, a lot of people just want to believe what they have in their own head, which amazes me that right now, people don't want to listen to the media, but any other time they're listening to the media, not realizing that the media is slanted. The only information that we have are things that are coming out of the courtroom. So you all really think that everyone in that courtroom is banding together to bring out false information, information that's not true? This is why we have to go to credible sources and not people. I'm not going to name no names except for Willie D. I heard someone say something completely ridiculous about something that man said. And even Tariq Nasheed. So just believe any Black person that comes out of there, regardless of who they're affiliated with, where they come from, and what their slant may be. They're feeding information, some of these people, just because they want to feed a narrative for attention, for clout, to look like they belong, whatever it is. I'll continue to go, or we'll listen to them, but we're going to listen to the news. We're going to listen to several news outlets, because if you listen to Fox, they'll have a problem. If you listen to CNN, they'll have a problem. If you listen to local news, there's a problem. But when you start listening to more credible sources, you see that they're saying the same things. So people can believe whatever it is that they want to believe. But to this point, it seems like it is not self-defense. It seems like Carmelo Anthony went there with the intentions of doing something. And the one lady that said that the schools need to, people got to get up off of this. The schools need to, because the schools don't give a damn. Your kids don't listen to the teachers. Teachers are quitting like crazy. They can't even get anything done because your kids are unruly. So to depend on the school at this point is half damn crazy. You need to depend on your parents. When I said that one of the best things that my stepfather ever did for me, and he has done several, shout out to him, rest in peace to him, is to tell me that you need to think before you act, because your life could change in the matter of an instant. And if this is not a perfect example of exactly that, then nothing is. I came from a 2-parent household with a whole ass father outside, and everyone in the family was married, and I lived in an affluent neighborhood. This could have been me. So all the things that people are trying to use to justify red rum is completely ridiculous. But y'all, let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Hype this daggone video. I see you all in the next one.